All right, welcome back to episode 1.2 of Talking Trades with Thomas. My name is Lance, and I'll be your host for this afternoon. This is our, last time I said this is our faithless leader. This is our faithful leader, Byron. And some of our wonderful ladies here in the trade. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Mrs. Cooper, introduce yourself, please.
Well, my name is Lee Cooper.
Cool. What else besides your name would you like to say? Like, what do you do here?
I do lots of things, but my main function here at Thomas HVAC is purchasing.
Awesome. I'll go next. My name is Lance, again, and I'm the content creator. I do this. I organize this, and I make funny Instagrams and commercials and all that good stuff. Who are you? Hi.
My name's Hallie. I'm the new construction coordinator here. What are we supposed to say?
That's good. That's good. That's good.
I'm the podcast guy.
This is our president. All right, we're going to open up with the opening statement here, kind of bounce back some ideas back and forth, and then continue from there, okay? All right, so one of the main topics today is women in trades. Women in skilled trades are in demand as an untapped resource for skilled workers in trade jobs. As there is a predicted shortage of the labor force and an anticipated growth in job opportunity, in fact, the Bureau of Labor Statistics Occupational Employment Projection expects employment to grow by 8.4 million jobs over the next period of time.
In Biden's economy?
In Biden's oh, Jesus. Yes, in Biden's economy. Well, I mean, who knows how long he's got left? Oh, can we should talk about the commander-in-chief that way?
Yes, we can.
All right. So, with that being said, let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead and throw out a dicey question here for you guys. Okay. Would you say that women likely have a better chance of getting hired in a trade position over a man due to the fact that it looks good for a company to be diverse in its hiring process?
No.
Oh.
Probably.
Probably. See, this is the good question. We're already getting
Why
mixed
do you
answers.
think that?
The appearance.
The appearance?
I wouldn't say here, but yeah, the appearance.
Not in Alabama.
How it makes them look.
Maybe up north somewhere. Maybe in a blue state. No, I don't know. Not in Alabama and not at Thomas HVAC.
Why?
I don't think you're going to... You got... just because she's... Would you elect a president just because she's female?
No. But was that the question?
Kind of.
Really?
Kind of.
Was that the question, Lance?
Would a woman get hired? Would you
We've hired women.
Would you hire a woman at
Over
Thomas
10 other
HVAC
men.
just to make it look like, oh, they hired a woman?
Oh,
No.
no, I must have been daydreaming or something.
So the
And so on that point though, like if you have two equal man and a woman, they're equally experienced, equally skilled in the HVAC industry.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my answer for that. I would 10 out of 10 hire the woman over the man.
She's gonna work
Equal
harder.
experience, equal knowledge.
why is that though?
Because you're going to get a better quality worker.
So
Honestly.
you're gonna get a more diverse environment.
She's going to be.
You would say?
She's not going to give you the environment has nothing to do with it. No, you're going to get a more detailed oriented. You're going to get somebody that's going to be punctual. Somebody's going to be good with customers. You're going to get a better employee.
Because ladies are always on time and they're always
No.
punctual.
No.
Okay.
They're definitely not always on time, but
No.
I agree with everything she said.
I kind of agree with you. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so my opinion on it is if you have company, it's all dudes, 50 guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Two people walk in, man and a woman, same everything, right? Same education, same
Mm-hmm.
height, they both look great. Who would the company benefit more to hire?
The woman.
100%. So yeah, so it just brings me back to my original question would you say that women would likely have a better chance of getting hired in a trade position over a man due to the fact that it looks good for the company to be diverse in
Not
its
for
hiring
that
process?
reason. Not for that reason.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, everything but for that reason alone.
Yeah,
that'd be like electing a president
you're
because she's
not
a female.
including any qualifications in that, though.
Not at all, no.
I 100% agree with what she said.
Okay.
But to answer your question, no.
No? I mean, I think from a bigger, outstanding, like looking inside, I think it behooves companies to have a mix, to have a mix. And
Oh,
that's
yeah,
why
I agree
feel
with
like,
that. I think a woman coming into a trade industry, she feels already like she has to prove herself. So you're going to get the better work ethic out of her anyways because she, is coming into the good old boy system and has to prove that she can, do it too.
That's true. I like that. Yeah.
But we have hired field.
Yeah, exactly.
Field
And they
ladies.
have moved up. We've hired them in at the lower level, and they've worked up into other positions and even into service tech
From an
roles.
installer to a
yeah,
service
from
tech.
installer to a service tech.
Some didn't work out. Some
Have moved on to
Have
other
moved on
jobs,
to
and that's
jobs,
a lot of
yeah.
times what happens with these younger folks. First time job in the HVAC industry. Is they'll come in. Unfortunately, they'll come in and get their training and get, all the knowledge, and then they'll move on to another company. I think all the guys that we've probably been around here have come from other places, and, the new ones that we, train up in this field will eventually leave and go somewhere else. A lot of times they want to come back after a while, but.
But that's with everybody.
Right, no, I agree, yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's see here. That was good. I was really enjoying. Do you have any opinions on that at all? No. So when you started here, were you
Do you
doing
have
this?
any opinions, period?
I know.
No, I mean, I fully agree that a woman's going to work harder. But that's just because they have to work twice as hard to prove themselves.
Why makes you think they're going to work harder?
Because I'm a woman.
in the trade industry.
My
So you
age-
think a woman could outwork me out in the field? Is that what you're saying?
No, I think she'd be
I
more
feel like you're
determined.
discriminating against me.
No.
for some reason. I do agree they will work harder.
A man my
Be-
age is not going to come
be
in
more
here
thorough,
and work as hard
I
as
guess is the
I
word
would
I'm-
at my age.
They will follow the process.
Well, it's just
But
like
if you
any
hire
relationship.
40-year-old man in here, they might work
You get
harder.
different perspectives from a woman's point of view, and so that's gonna,
I definitely do more
flow
housework
into-
than my wife.
really.
Ooh.
I wash dishes, clothes, faux clothes. I don't vacuum and sweep though.
I mean, I'm not talking about household chores. you
But
know.
I'm just saying, I'm just using my life as an example.
Yeah.
I think I do as much as my wife at home. I cut grass.
I all around I enjoy it. Usually it smells generally better when women are around.
Well, that's the damn truth.
Cleanliness
We've got
goes
some
up.
stinky
We got some
people.
guys
That-
coming
We've
in
had some
after
stinky people.
After the day, I'm like, get them out of my square. Send them back out in the shop.
Y'all are so mean.
They're rough after a 100-degree day.
Yeah.
Come stand in our little office.
Sometimes.
So when you first started here, Cooper, were you doing the job that you're doing now? What were you doing before when you first got hired?
When I first got hired, I hired in as a CSR. So I was, answering phones, booking, work orders. We were much smaller then.
Yeah.
The company was smaller, so
I think they both done that.
yeah.
You know,
I don't really know where I'm at because it changes every 6 months.
it's not going to change much more, I promise.
Change is good, Byron.
Changes.
Too much change is not good.
Yeah.
agree
For me,
with
it's the
that.
amount of time. I like change. I love change. You have to change or you'll get left behind, but it's just the amount of time you have to change, So back in, I wouldn't say maybe my time, but y'all's time, it's like it was every 10 years, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. You had 10 years before you had to make a big change.
What are you talking about?
Not here.
I'm just talking in the world sense, in the general sense of like change.
In whose time?
My nose is itching. Can I rub it?
You can rub it.
So how did you get from doing what you're doing now from a CSR? Like, what did you do?
What did we do? Like,
So, yeah.
how did that?
So, I guess Lee's been here probably with me longer than any other person outside of Bud in the company. Longest tenure employee, I would say, wouldn't you? And I probably got you a year or two, maybe. How long you been here? 9 years? 8
No,
years?
no. Almost 8.
Almost 8. I think it's about 10 for me, I think. So, got to see your daughters
Grow up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember they were little. But like you said, she come in answering the phone. I think Bo put her into an accounting position to help him out because we didn't have an accountant for so long. And you did that for over a year, didn't you?
Yeah, I did that for several years. I feel like.
Yeah. And
And then we went new construction,
You helped me with new construction,
right?
and then we really grew fast over the last 3 years, I
Right.
think, which we've always had significant growth, but a little bit of new construction. Then you basically did the remodel, the retail coordinating for a while, which involved equipment purchasing and that type of thing.
From your point of view, from the last 3 years, what do you think was the main thing that made y'all expand so much? Like really just boom and growth?
I don't know.
How well you did the job, or just going into like construction? Or
It's
new
a
construction?
million little things. It's
Million
not
little
one
things.
gigantic thing. But I think new construction played a part of that.
Yeah.
You know, we've seen a significant growth in that side alone. But I think just having more and more vehicles has helped more than anything. People seeing us more around,
Yep.
but I can't pinpoint
Exactly. Okay.
one thing. So
Well, I remember I first heard of Thomas HVAC was a radio spot.
Rick and Bubba
Yeah,
probably.
it was Rick and Bubba, long time ago.
Dang, where are Rick and Bubba now?
They're
I'm gonna have
still
to look
there.
them up when I edit this later on.
Oh, you're gonna edit it out?
No, I'm gonna look them up when I edit this podcast.
Oh, okay.
No, Rick and Bubba are staying in the podcast.
Okay.
Let's see here. So I wrote down a few things. All right, trades you can learn in 6 months or less. So we have flight attendant, electrician, HVAC, and physical therapy assistant.
Is physical therapy assistant considered a trade?
Yeah, no, I don't. This is what Google said. I didn't think so either. Which brings me to kind of a funny thing. Actually, this is also what Google said too, mind you. Trade jobs that pay 6 figures. Let's just go down the list for me. Okay, so we got air traffic controller. I didn't really think that was a trade job either. Commercial pilot. That's ridiculous. Construction manager, electrical and electronics repair, elevator installer and repairer, first line supervisors of police and detectives, in and out manager.
What is that? Yeah.
In and
An
out.
In and Out.
That's a burger place.
I
isn't it?
know, but like they're 6 figures. Manager?
And the last one, nuclear power reactor operators. Who
I
wants to
see
do
that.
that?
Nobody wants to do that.
Oh, jeez.
I mean,
Did
those
they list all that as
air
trades?
traffic controller, I think, would be a high stress. I mean, it's kind of like a 911 or dispatcher. That would be like and they don't get paid crap.
I wanted to
Dispatchers
do that once. Be a
don't
911
get paid
dispatcher, and
crap.
They don't pay enough.
They don't.
Let's not get into what all you wanted to do.
But I've had 3 lines of work my entire life. And somehow I ended up back here.
So the only reason she gets away talking to me like that is because she's my daughter.
What else, besides this? What else have you worked for? Who else have you worked for?
I started working at Piggly Wiggly when I was 16,
Yeah,
a
grocery,
month after I
yeah.
got my license, and then stayed there for about a year and a half, 2 years. Then I went to college for a couple of years, and then ended up here to work through school. And then I did phlebotomy for 6 years, and then ended up back here.
You did what for 6 years?
So when
Phlebotomy.
she was working here, she was going to school to get her certification for phlebotomy or whatever.
And
it's
speaking-
where you draw blood. It's where you.
Oh, thank you, because I
Yes.
was a little lost there.
Speaking of him being my dad, he paid me $7.25 an hour when
And
I was
was
here
so
last. And
mean
he
to
said,
her. He
you
was-
cannot stay here. You're going to go work for what you're going to
Look,
school
he was
for."
so mean to her because we worked together like as CSRs.
As he should.
And he was. I mean, I remember saying, Byron, why are you being so mean? But it was because he didn't
would
want her
tell
to
me,
get
he'd say, "You're
comfortable
not
here.
staying
He
here."
wanted her to go do, this phlebotomy thing, if I'm saying it right. Anyways, he wanted to see her succeed doing that in the medical field. So he was not going to make it comfortable for her at all to stay at Thomas HVAC.
Absolutely, they're not going to be easy on you. So I
And
think it's
part of the reason, too, I was so hard on her is, I would always hear how sorry she felt for the field guys. They come in, it's 100 degrees outside, they've been in attics all day. And I had to remind her, I did do this work my entire life.
I don't have
Oh,
that
you-
sympathy
and
anymore,
you,
though.
And you never asked me or felt bad for me when I come home
I
soaked
did.
in sweat, covered in cobwebs and dirt.
Falling through the
Actually-
attic.
Actually, our service manager, when I started here, we used to butt heads all the time because he wouldn't make the guys work past a certain time. And I'm like, why? My stepdad did that growing up all my entire life. He did that.
Oh yeah.
Well, times are different. I'm like, Not really. It's the same work. It's the same work, and we send them home at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
I don't have the sympathy that I used
The
to
point
have.
of it, you've never felt sorry for me, though.
I did. I
You never
just
said I
wasn't
feel
old
bad.
enough to
I never feel
understand.
It wasn't old enough to understand.
I'm gonna put a suit on, get a tie, and get some male pattern baldness. Become Dr. Phil over here. This is awesome.
There's some unscheduled therapy.
Tell me how you really feel.
So what's the hardest thing you've had to do at this company?
Oh. You really want me to say it?
Does it involve me?
No.
Then yeah.
You can bleep things out, right? Like cut a whole scene out of this.
Of course.
I don't know
I'm
if
probably
I-
not gonna, but
I don't know if I should say.
You don't want to say, you don't have to. No.
I
No, go ahead and say it because
I want you to say it if it don't involve me.
Yeah.
I had to fire somebody.
Oh no. Oh wait, this sounds sensitive. I'm like, oh no.
Who made you fire him?
That would be Mr. Bo Thomas.
He makes us do a lot of stuff. You know?
No one's gonna understand that, but we had some property stolen later on, and
Somebody played a little jokey joke.
jokey joke, yeah.
But I knew who it was the whole time. See, now I'm looking into the camera. I'm learning this now.
Knew who was the whole time, you son of
She
a.
did.
There, he's right
She
there
did
the whole
call it.
time.
So you had to fire somebody.
Yeah, I did have to fire
think I
somebody.
remember this.
You do remember that?
You had to fire a guy.
I had to fire a man
Yeah.
older than me
Mm.
that I did not hire.
Wait, that wasn't Bo Thomas? What the wait? I used to get a fire. Wait. Sorry, I just.
We
assumed-
had an employee that Bo hired that didn't work out, and he made me fire him.
Oh, Bo made you fire that guy.
Yes,
Oh, I love firing people though.
What?
Yeah.
Good to know.
That's awesome.
I don't. My biggest fear in life is
Why do you like
it,
firing That's the hardest thing I've ever had to do here.
No,
was
some people
fire
are just
somebody.
useless, or some people will just
No.
get comfortable or
Even
complacent.
though-
You know.
I mean, you're affecting people's livelihood though at that point.
Well, there's.
Well, at the end of the day, business is business, and whatever has to be done has to be done. But I don't like doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, I do.
I don't know that I like.
He's
it
like,
anymore.
once he's out of
Wow.
straws, he pulled the last straw.
So I've asked you what was the hardest thing, and what's the one thing you enjoy about this place? It better be me now.
My Thomas HVAC family. my circle is small, but I have a family circle here. And yes, you are part of that circle, Byron.
I know I am. I better be.
You are too, Hallie.
I know I am. You're like, it's so quiet and I'm lonely when you're not here.
So what's one of the hardest things you've had to do?
I know it's hard to work with some people here, but
Talk to customers.
Yeah. Probably having to deal with angry customers because I'm too sensitive or I get too attached and I want to apologize and give them all their money back and that's not how we
yeah,
do it in business.
I always wanted to fix things
Yeah.
for them, you know, or
Sure,
make
I'll give
it.
you a full refund.
And then I'd have to go beg. Can we do this?
I got two questions, and these are my last questions. I
Okay.
don't know if Lance has anything. Name one thing you would change and one thing you wouldn't about the company.
Consistency.
Communication.
Okay. What's one thing you wouldn't change?
The atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
So you would say you would change the consistency, as in which part is not consistent of the
We
workflow?
joke sometimes about throwing
Spaghetti.
Oh,
spaghetti
yeah,
noodles
well,
to the wall and seeing if they
Our,
stick. And
our
so
fearless
sometimes-
leader likes to, you know, change
He-
things
he
up
means
on a weekly, monthly
But
basis.
sometimes you get adjusted to one thing and then it's like, okay, well, let's try it this way.
And it doesn't make sense at all, and you know it's not going to work from the get-go, but he doesn't listen. Yeah.
It's okay though. We try it. And then he says if it doesn't stick, we just go back to the old way, and that's fine. But
For the record, they're
sometimes-
not talking about me.
No, we're not talking about you, Byron.
But sometimes I'm like, I just got in a routine, and now we have to change it again. So it'd be nice if there was more consistency to what we're doing.
In his defense, our positions were kind of new to us too,
Right,
and we had to learn and get our feet
right,
wet too. So,
right.
but he does like to throw spaghetti on
He
the wall.
does
see
like
if
to
it
throw
sticks.
shit on the wall and
He
see
accepts-
what
he-
sticks.
He claims that too.
That's one of the reasons I like him so much.
Really?
Yeah, from a business standpoint.
Really?
Yeah.
You know who that reminds me of?
Bo Thomas.
You know who used to say they did that?
Who?
Because I used to ask him, how do you know how to sell all these, oh, I just throw shit up on the wall and whatever sticks. You know who I'm talking about.
Sounds like it
So
ain't got no
long.
gas in it.
Start with a D.
And a B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it ain't that bad.
Well,
The difference is somebody here has the company's best interest at heart at the end of the day.
right. And actually cares. Yeah.
And he does care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you guys have friends at all? Like a group of friends that you guys talk to? Cool. Well, we're gonna get back to the women in trades thing real quick. Would you guys would you recommend to your friends or your family to, if they're ladies, to work in the trades field? Like, would you think that would benefit them, or do you guys think you're just like a special group of ladies that
It would
thrives in this
Look,
area?
I don't really consider myself working in the trade because I'm in the office. Do you know what I mean?
Sure, yeah.
It would take a special woman to do that work, to do HVAC work.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. I mean, it's not anything I would have ever in my life, younger years, ever been interested in doing.
Well, I mean, besides the hot, air in the attic and having to know some of the more technical stuff, it's not like you're lifting 100-pound stuff every
No.
day, So it's not like a physical thing. It's just more of a,
No, but it wouldn't have been for me.
yeah, it's not.
I
It's
mean,
not very
it takes a
sexy.
special. I mean, it takes. It's not something. It's not everybody's cup of tea.
In my opinion, I think a female would thrive at either being a service tech or a salesperson in this industry.
think
Oh, I do
so.
too.
Yeah.
Salesperson for sure.
Yeah, 100%. Speaking of salesperson, how do you think our new sales person is doing?
We have a new salesperson.
Brittany, right? Isn't she in sales?
She's kind of a coordinator right now. Not technically
Okay,
a salesperson.
coordinator sales. Okay,
I don't know. Jerry's still out on that.
Jerry's still out. All right.
Ask Lee Hatchett.
Let the paint dry a
Well,
little
he's
bit before
kind of
we make
new
a
in his
decision.
role too, so I don't know. And somebody needs to be asking about
We
him.
do a lot of spaghetti on the wall.
Yeah, well,
There's that spaghetti again.
We do a
we
lot
did
of
the whole
spaghetti.
pot, the whole thing, at one time.
No, I think I think Alabama is a great place for an HVAC company. I think this is a really good spot. We have really hot summers, really cold winters.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. If there are any HVAC women out there, any young women out there that are in the industry, want to get into the industry, this is a great place to come do it.
Yeah, if you want to find out more information, just go ahead and call my number 256-585.
4822.
It's 858.
I was putting my personal number out there as a joke, but no
Oh.
one got it. Yeah,
No.
thank you.
Jeez.
She laughed. Now. All right.
I didn't say anything.
Thought you had a girlfriend.
I do
Try to
kind
hand
of.
your phone
I do
number
kind
out.
of. I was a joke. I'm just playing. I didn't finish the last 4 numbers. She finished them for me.
Yeah.
I thought you were supposed to give her an office number.
I did
How
too.
long has you been working here?
I know.
That is not right.
No. You got anything else on your notes there for today?
No, you stole a lot of my thunder, but it is what it is.
Well, Lee, Hallie, we appreciate you guys being on today's podcast.
Thanks, Lance.
Probably our very first official podcast. The
So
lighting
what's
was
the name
good.
of it?
Talking Trades with Thomas.
Oh, okay.
Talking Trades with Thomas.
We like all them T's.
So where can we find this podcast?
You can find
After
this podcast.
It takes 2 weeks of you editing it.
Yep. After I slowly edit this podcast, you can find it on YouTube, and then you can find the audio on Spotify, and then we will be releasing snippets, probably just some of the best parts, on Facebook and Instagram, just to kind of.
Oh, yay.
Yeah.
I didn't sign up for that part.
Oh, they signed the paper. No, I'm kidding. That's the Facebook and Instagram probably is going to take a little bit of me polishing this and getting it to where it needs to be. But yeah, I think for the most part, our YouTube channel is still pretty new, but we're looking to enhance that. We're looking to provide enough or provide more information and just more value to the lives of tradespeople, and just educate, because Byron said last time that we don't do the system as a whole doesn't do a very good job of educating people on why HVAC is important or why trades are important, and we want to do that for all of our customers and just people that are interested to know, because if you didn't have air conditioning in Alabama, you'd know it. Like
Right.
you would be miserable for sure. All right, so last little bit here is, if you are looking to get cleaner, safer air for your family, we have our new Ohana air system. that is now available for purchase for residential and commercial areas. It is UV light, ultraviolet lights, and it is medical grade quality. This is the good stuff. So if you're interested in keeping your family breathing clean and safe air, go ahead and visit coolhuntsville.com and just go ahead and go to our shop and you can purchase right there. My name is Lance, and this is Talking Trades with Thomas, and this is the end of podcast 1.2. Thanks, guys.
Thank y'all.